you guys think about having a different theme song rolling into the second half?
Oh my God, that's sacrilegious.
This is when we just talked about how much we love
Yeah,
this
I know.
song.
You
I
said,
do love the song.
And you said you were like,
I do love it, but be
it
honest,
made you warm all over it.
the second podcast is different from the first. Absolutely. I mean, because we're charged. I mean, we're got a little bit buzz working.
I see where you're going with that, but I'm torn like an old sweater.
Well, yeah, just a thought. Just a thought. Thinking that's what dudes like us do. Who think. August 22nd. It's the second half of the
Second
Dudes
half.
Like Us show. Special shout out to our producer, taking care of business behind the scenes. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff. And I'd like to say it's April 22nd, a day after my wife turned 50. So
You say
we're all-
April?
August, sorry.
I was like, we're back in time capsule
I was
mode.
just like, what
Yes,
the
August
going on,
22nd.
man?
Yeah,
A
so
day after your wife turned 50.
turned at 50. She turned 50 yesterday.
Was she affected by that?
I don't think so. She didn't say anything. She didn't act differently or...
Well, you guys, she had a great weekend.
I don't mean that she wakes up and goes, everything you knew about me is now changed. What
I
do you
am a
mean,
man.
honey?
Fuck
Well,
you.
you had a great celebratory weekend.
Yeah, it was nice.
You
Yeah.
went out to Fredericksburg
Fredericksburg.
and enjoyed the wines.
Yeah, we
And-
did. We had some exceptional wines. Hit the Garrison Brothers again. A little disappointed in the Garrison Brothers
Ooh,
from
do
the
share.
first time. From the first time we went.
Did you not get to dip any of the?
No, I didn't want to do
bottles?
that because it's all outdoors, and I wasn't willing to spend the 2 hours in 105-degree weather.
Well, it's not outdoors, it's open air.
Same
It's not like you're
difference.
sitting in the sun.
I don't care. It's hot.
It is hot. Well, I mean, and you went when it's 104.
Well, I know,
Right.
but I was. That's why I didn't do the tour.
What,
I
do you
didn't
think
want
he
to.
wants to go all Austin and fucking pass out?
Hold on,
and
hold
crack
on.
his
You
head
didn't.
open?
You did not do the tour at all.
No, we did the tastings.
3-hour tour.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we did the taste because I didn't want to. No, it was just too freaking hot. But anyway, the first time I went down there, their tastings were a healthy pour, and it was like $12. Now I get the same tasting, it's about half as much, and I got Julie a Dr. Pepper slush with the bourbon in it. And it was $31.
Ouch.
So
So hold on. You're saying to even get a sample, you had to pay for it?
oh yeah.
Like not like 1845, where you go and
No, you pay
he
for
very happily and cheerfully
No.
lets you try the 1 year, the 2 year, the 3 year.
No.
That's wrong.
Maybe if we
Anybody who's willing to come out there to see your operation should. I mean, I'm not.
Well, I
saying,
didn't see their operation though. I went to
No,
their,
but I mean visit them.
right.
Visit them. I don't mean see their operation. I mean visit them. They should entice them with a free sample so that they'll buy a bottle of their bourbon, which is not cheap.
No, it's
by
not.
the way.
And it's actually more expensive there than it is in the store.
See that? Okay, I'm starting to sour on Garrison Brothers.
I've always soured on them. I mean,
You know what? We have yet to buy a bottle for our podcast.
well, it
We
has
haven't.
nothing to do with the actual content of the bottle.
It's actually tastes very good. It's
It has
just
everything
It's
to
not.
do with,
It's not bad.
it's
the
But
just
why?
pomp and
Why?
circumstance.
Why haven't we bought? Because we have bought plenty of bottles that are the same or more expensive.
because it's
It's the
90,
principle?
90 proof at $90.
There we go. That's it. That's it. And if we're going to spend that kind of money, we want 115 plus.
Or an allocated something, right?
Right.
Something that's out, and then their stuff isn't. Now the Balmoral and the Cowboy, which are 150 to 250 bucks.
Okay. No way.
Those are a little harder to find, but
So there we
they're
go.
150 to 250
So
bucks.
in our feeling, it's overpriced.
Correct.
It's just that's flat out. It's overpriced.
I think so.
And so we're not so desperate that we, that price is not a concern for us.
No.
And it shouldn't be for anybody. Because guess what? There are a million options out there
Yeah, there is.
for plenty that are as good or better and for a cheaper price.
Right.
I mean, we're all about trying different ones, right? But man, that's crazy.
Right. So anyway, I was again, the bourbon is really good, but it's almost like a big money grab. It's turning into, like I said, the first time I went to there, which was 3 years ago, It's $12 for a nice pour, 4 samples, nice pour. And again, and I got my wife that Dr. Pepper thing back then too, and it was maybe $6-7.
Right.
So under $20.
So they're not making enough money. They have to gouge the people that show up.
I guess. So now it's $31 for about half as much bourbon and the same Dr. Pepper.
I think they're clearly trying to position themselves as elite, like an elite bourbon. And I don't see it.
I don't know. I mean, bottles are
but
nice.
there's a number of bourbons that do that. I mean, there's. Let's talk about it really briefly. The distillation process is the same. A concept of what mash bill you come up with is the same.
Correct.
How long you age it is the same in barrels that are pretty much the same. I mean, some people just say, okay, we're that special, and our recipe is that special, and we're to
charge more.
We're gonna charge you more for it. I don't agree with that.
So you're saying all distillate costs the same or similar?
Doesn't it?
I don't know. Does the production cost change?
I don't know. I mean, maybe when they ramp up and they want to make a crap ton of bottles,
I think what
they definitely invest more money.
What we've discussed was that the guy that came up with Garrison Brothers came from another company. And what we had alleged is that the other company that he came from, which included some of the recipes, wanted a cut of Garrison Brothers.
Oh, so they're having to charge more because they're paying other people.
Correct.
Do we know that's a fact?
I don't know it's a fact. I feel very confident what I'm saying, so I think it's kind of true.
Does it work that way? Like in the GOP debate tomorrow night, can they say that?
The voice gets higher.
I feel very confident.
I believe these alternative facts are spot on.
The emotions I have while saying that make me feel that it is correct.
While your voice gets higher as you're kind of working through it. Yes, yeah,
That's a lie. Well.
Right.
Oh, funny. Anyway, I don't know. I hope this doesn't turn into an unfair hang-up for us about Garrison Brothers, but
one day
that bothers me that you walked away with I didn't get my value. Like they're gouging.
That's what it was. Again, the bourbon is good. No problem with the bourbon. It's just the cost of it compared to equally as good bourbon.
That's it.
Right.
All right. So soon we want to go on a Texas bourbon trail. So we want to join the Trailblazers.
What does that take to join that?
I don't know, but it's not. It can't be complicated. We need to get it done.
I think it's $5,000.
Okay. Oh.
Cost to get in yearly.
A month.
Yes, a month.
So you know that
$60,000 a year.
Mr. Bob Pettit, is it Pettit or Petite?
Do we get a discount?
No.
He is on the board, and he was the one that kind of told us, hey, there's a Texas Bourbon Trail. So we were talking about, definitely we need to join it, but we also, the first thing we need to do is hit the North Texas stuff. We know there's there's Iron Root, right? Isn't there Iron Root in Denison?
Iron Root's up in Denison, yes.
Denison, and there's something in, is it Sherman?
No.
You sure? I'm pretty sure there is. There's something in Sherman.
Sherman is right by Denison.
Well, but I thought, so there's like 4 or 5 distilleries that we can hit in a day.
No, there may be. I just don't know what it is.
You got to drive really fast. But, I mean, there's some in Fort Worth. There's TX Whiskey. There's...
TX Whiskey's out on the other side of Fort Worth, I think.
That's right. Well, it's on the southeast side of Fort Worth.
So what's the game plan? Hit these places and sample the stuff and come back?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Huh. We could do a tour as well.
What I was thinking
a lot of these places have tours.
You know what I think? I think
tours,
we need to bring Bob Pettit with us.
He's probably already been to these places.
A million times.
Well, why not bring an expert?
So the Trailblazer annual membership, good for 1 year from purchase date, is $150.
Okay, it's not bad.
I thought you said $5,000.
I was joking. I was joking.
He was trying to make it cost prohibitive.
That includes 3 times trail points per visit. I don't know what that means yet. Premium trail completion awards.
Ooh.
Achievement bonus points. Special event points.
We need those too.
Trailblazer welcome pack.
Is that $180 a month?
$150 a year.
A year.
Oh, dude, let's get that.
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
Ongoing distillery benefits. So does that mean we get even more behind the scenes?
Oh,
at
yeah.
1845?
Oh yeah.
And then distillery exclusives.
But we really, we need to, and maybe trying to visit like 4 or 5 in our area, going all the way up to Denison is a little lofty. What we could do is see a couple down here, then go up
Denison's
there.
not that far.
But, I mean, we could see like 1 or 2 on Friday, stay the night somewhere up in like northern Texas.
I have a friends and family pack from the Hilton.
From the
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, dude.
I'm being serious. This would be so much fun.
Well, there's enough. Plus, you have Lockwood down in
Yes,
either
Lockwood.
Carrollton or Richardson or somewhere down there.
Yep.
If
Lockwood's
we
out there.
invite Jerry Jernigan, we could stay in his camper.
He would do it in a heartbeat. He would do it in a
Is
heartbeat.
he a bourbon enthusiast?
He
though?
loves bourbon. Oh my God.
Oh,
He loves bourbon. There you go.
the plot has thickened. Is there room for 4 guys to sleep in that new camper of his?
Well, some of us have to double up.
No.
I'm sorry, what? Double up on what?
You guys sleep in the camper, Sean and I will get a hotel
A
room
little tent.
with AC.
Tent outside with the raccoons.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, they have the maps.
We'd make it work.
They have the maps, right? Because it's broken out into quadrants.
Yeah.
And you get North Texas, you got East Texas, South, and shit like that. I don't think there's anything out west.
I cannot believe we haven't done it already.
And there's a lot. There's
I
a
know.
lot. There's actually,
And it's names we all recognize.
and there's another distillery down in Fredericksburg,
Weston and Sons, another one.
Western,
Western and Sons or something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Anyway,
They
there's
do vodkas.
Oh
I don't think they do the bourbons yet.
no, they do a bourbon.
Do they?
Yes. Anyway, we
Oh.
need to do our research,
Then you
get
have-
out there and do it, and then when we do it, we'll come back and we'll give the inside scoop to our listeners.
We have Oak and Eden.
There you go.
Yeah. Really? Well, I've been out to the Oak and Eden place.
I know.
Oh, look at me.
Are you being a snob or yawning?
I don't know.
I wasn't sure which one you were doing there.
Well, I got the stone Yellowstone.
That's down in
compilation.
Houston.
Yeah.
Yellow Rose.
Yeah.
Yellow Rose.
Rose.
It's Yellow Rose.
Yellow Rose.
Where was Yellow Rose?
It's in Houston.
And then we have Rebecca Creek in San Antonio.
Shit, I want to go to Rebecca Creek.
Absolutely.
I am heads over heel for Rebecca Creek. I'm telling you,
It's
Rebecca
good shit,
Creek is
man.
working on me. That double oak Spanish barrel that we got.
It's incredible.
You know what's weird?
They make enchanted
That-
rock vodkas as well.
Paul and I purchased a bottle of Spanish because Paul's like, I already have one. So I didn't have one. And we found
Was
it.
I drunk?
Oh, yeah, you're totally drunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when you were in Fredericksburg, so we hit up, I don't know, we hit up somewhere. I don't remember.
It was a crazy excursion.
Yeah.
It was very off the
Well,
Did you
reservation.
hit a
We went
several?
somewhere because we had to go pick up some pottery.
Yes.
Paul
Pottery.
did.
You know how you can, it's called Paint It Mine or Paint It something?
Do you have like a spin wheel and you and Shelly are going to do like the ghost thing?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That would be kind of cool. That was a weird scene. It was kind of racy, wasn't
It's
it?
very sexual.
Yeah, well,
Sensual.
sensual. Anyway, no, that would have been,
She kind of looked like Justin Bieber.
that was like,
She did have the beebs cut.
okay. That was Shelley and my son.
Paul was very turned on.
Went on a mother-son date.
Who, Dylan?
Yeah,
Nice.
they went on a date and they both made little pottery things and then
Awkward.
they paint it and then it gets fired
Yep.
and then you pick it up later.
My wife and boys have done that, but they were
5.
younger at the time.
They loved it and then they went to dinner. I mean, it was a good thing. I mean, trust me, moms never want to. You know what I mean? They always want to spend time with their sons.
Of course.
It doesn't matter what age. As a matter of fact, the older they get and the more they become like in danger of going away forever, the more they love these things.
Oh, interesting.
So
You've
yeah,
inspired me.
Yeah.
I might invite my mom
yes,
to a buffet.
absolutely. Remember that. So anyway, so we went to pick up those things.
To a buffet.
Yeah, well, whatever. So we went to go pick up the pottery.
Golden Corral.
And we ended up driving south.
Plano.
And the idea was to drive down there and hit a few estate sales.
Yeah, that fell apart in a hurry.
Well, there was
Why?
none. Well, first of all, we didn't get out the door till after 4. So
they all
most
closed
of them were
down
closed.
after that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So they were all closed, and we're like, eh. And so we're just like, all right, well, what are we going to do since we're down here? So we went down to,
well, we were going to hit other other liquor
We were going to
places
another liquor store, so we went
to
down
see if we
to
could
the
find some
one
unicorns.
on- is it Independence? No. It was Coit. We went down to Coit and Spring Creek-ish. Coit and 15th Street-ish.
Okay.
Coit and Park-ish.
You talking about Chinatown?
Uh,
It was
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that's right. You said you hit Chinatown.
No. And I'm not saying that in a disparaging way at all. But we turned. I went to the nearest liquor store, and I turned into that parking lot, and the street signs on the way to the parking lot were in another language.
The street signs.
The street signs were in 2 languages. And then I was like, that's weird. And then we turned into the shopping center, and every single store in the shopping center has, I'm assuming it was
Asian.
It's Asian, but definitely, but was it Chinese?
Chinese,
Japanese?
Korean.
Doesn't matter.
Korean
is one of
Vietnamese.
these.
Every single one of them.
Philippines.
I was like, I couldn't believe it. If I had taken a picture of it and you had no idea where I was in the world, you would have no idea I was in Plano.
Or said Coit 15th.
No. Well, maybe you
Well,
would
the
have.
thing is, we pulled
You
up
know?
there, and it was like
It was
said-
creepy. I was not expecting
It was
that.
this an Asian like with whatever the font or
Language. Yeah.
language on.
The font.
It said liquor afterwards. So we were like, oh, let's go to the liquor store. So we go to in the liquor store, and what was crazy? First of all, they were overpriced. 1, 2,
Crazy overpriced. But they are when they're small.
I went in there and I was talking to the guy because I was drunk and I was spirited, I should say.
You were, yeah.
So I was a little spirited.
Spirited.
So it turned out that guy had 2 cats in the liquor store.
Yep.
And they were the most. I didn't see them. It took a while to see them, and I was because they were docile. They were sitting there.
We're sitting in a box.
One was sitting in a box, just chilling.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm highly allergic to cats. So I was like, I'm going to be dead in an hour.
Dude, you came over to my house all the time. I had a cat there.
Yeah, well, that's lucky I didn't know that. Maybe it's psychological.
It could be.
Yeah, I think it is.
I have a cat in here behind the speaker.
Yeah, it's in my pants.
It all swell up all of a sudden.
God, I can't breathe.
So it was kind of cool because the cats were
I can't
like.
breathe.
I mean, the cats were like the perfect cat that you would want because they were like just sitting chill.
No, I don't want a cat at all. I don't care what they are.
They eat mice.
And they attack flies.
With fleas on them.
They do eat mice. Or
You know the
fleas.
thing I don't like about
They
cats?
eat fleas?
They fucking stink like cat piss.
Well, they shit and pee in the house.
It's not appropriate to have a cat in a liquor store.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
It's not. Anyway, everything was overpriced.
Oh, but how about a dog?
I'm okay with dogs.
Well, how much was like a regular bottle of Jack or something like that?
It was about 10-20% overpriced.
Yeah.
Did they have any
Across the board.
allocated, hard to find shit?
They did, I think, had an Eagle Rare, didn't they? But it was like
Oh.
$150.
What?
$130.
Yeah, $130.
Eagle Rare was $130.
You were like, really?
Yeah,
I was
we
like-
were. We gave him shit.
Oh, we
well,
did. It was
Sean
like,
did.
dude, you know we can buy that for $29, right?
Sean-
He was like, oh, yeah, but you tried to find it.
Sean was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I was
Bitch,
like, "Oh my
please.
god!" I was like, "Sean, let's go before
Just
you
go.
get
I've
stabbed to
you
death."
like. I have 2 bottles, bitch.
I was like, put your nunchucks away. I'm fucking all
Oh,
right.
here we go.
What?
What?
He had them. They were on the wall.
no,
you
they
didn't see
didn't.
them?
They were not there. Were they?
He had like a couple swords up there.
Like throwing stars?
Didn't see throwing stars. I saw a couple swords up there and a couple of these really nice looking nunchucks for sale.
He wasn't all that interested in having us in his store either. It was weird. He was very disinterested.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't. If you weren't Asian.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but I couldn't get out of there fast enough with it. Sean still looking and still talking and looking. Oh, you have a cat? And I got out. I left. I sat in the car.
So we finished that liquor store. Then we headed. I think we went straight to
Specs.
We went to Specs. Yeah, we went to Specs.
15th.
And that's where we
15th
found the,
and Coit. That was what 15th and Coit.
Yeah, we found the Rebecca's Creek there. The double oak, the Spanish double oak. God, it was so good.
Remember the dude that was walking around just throwing bottles in his... He had like 8 bottles of all this different stuff. And I was like... And he was in the bourbon aisle. And I was like, you're looking for a bourbon? Yeah. And so we told him Rebecca Creek. He goes, oh, really? The Spanish oak one.
So, yep.
And he's like, yeah, okay. I go, where's the party? And I go,
pants.
send me the address. He goes, I'll give you the address. I was like, dude, so cool. I mean, he was being honest.
Right.
He was like, I'm having a big party and you're welcome. I was like, dude, that was super cool. I was like, no, we're not going to show up. But anyway.
It's probably a swinger party.
Probably.
I'll
Yeah.
bring my keys.
Speaking of Specs, did you know that they are opening a Specs next to Eddie V's?
Interesting.
Well,
Right across from Total
Right
Wine.
It's funny.
across
I mean,
from
Dun,
Total
dun,
well, shit, man, we don't have a Specs anywhere in Frisco.
Oh. So I'm thinking our Friday.
And that's, by the way, Plano. That's
correct. It's on the
Plano
Plano
tax
side.
because Frisco still will not sell hard
Booze,
alcohol.
Right. So I
We
think
are
our
losing
Fridays.
out on all that revenue.
I think our Fridays will get even better.
Well, that just means that, I mean, we're going to carry on the tradition of going to Liquor King.
I think so.
And
Maybe
then
not every
meeting
week.
up-
It's got something unique,
Yeah, that does. They've got things we can't find.
and they have those points.
Well, we
That's
definitely need
the
to cash
only
those points in. Before we end going there, I don't think we should end there, but so that's interesting. Specs, it's always good to have one more option out there, and I'm assuming based on not the specs in 15th and Coit, but the specs based on 423 out there in Coppell-ish, Colony-ish. You know what I'm talking
Colony, yeah.
about? So they have
Colony has a whole bunch of them.
well, they have one particular one that's super large by that Walmart store. There is one. It's a specs out there.
Yeah.
It's a large. It's
got-
a large
It's got,
store.
like groceries in there.
Doesn't have any groceries in it. It has a large wine section, and it's a robust store. It's not as big as Total Wine, but it's close.
So grooming products.
They do not sell grooming products there. They have kegs. They have these the pumps that you use for kegs for sale there.
They have
got-
Goody Goody in the Colony as well. We never go to Goody Goody.
Maybe I'm referring to Goody Goody.
No, you're not. I think there
I
is. a Specs
I
in the
wonder if
Walmart.
any of the Total Wine folks will jump ship and go to Specs.
I don't know.
Do they pay more?
I don't know.
Well, they might.
The Specs that I used to go to all the time was in Addison.
Right.
Right next
All
to the
right,
railroad tracks. Remember
well,
that?
Total Wine folks out there, we are not going to jump ship from Total Wine. We're
No,
gonna buy our shit
we
from
love
you.
them.
Chill out, Kevin. Chill out, Steve.
And we love their samples and how funny those guys are. It's funny. It's sad. We walk in, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?"
But in their inner monologue, we're like, "Oh my god, these fucking
Yeah.
idiots! Look at these guys!
Yeah,
Look
right.
at him!
Look at
He's on his
I know.
fifth fucking sample."
And they're like, "Right on time."
He's,
And let me pour a heavier one for you.
I was like, "Here you go, Jesus! Just get
What's
drunk and leave."
Yeah, what's the fastest way we get these fuckers out of here?
And we know
get 'em
Sean
drunk.
always needs the biggest sample.
Whatever. They love us. Because you know what? We're genuine. We're dudes like us. We're genuine. We're happy to see them. We ask them how their week is. I mean, you know what I mean? They like that kind of.
Yeah.
Normally they're like, "Hey, can you help me find this bourbon?" Yeah,
Well, we're
it's
fans
over
of
here.
we're fans of Total
Do you have
Wine too.
Blanton's?
I tell you, the fun thing about Total Wine is when you check out. It's because when you use your app for Total Wine, sometimes there's an applicable discount. So you get a little $5 off. In fact,
Yeah, you spend $10,000, you get a $5 coupon.
Yes.
interesting enough, I think I used my $5 discount purchasing that bottle that you consumed or got. The 92 Elijah Craig.
But I paid you $100 for it. You said it was 92.
It doesn't matter. I still
So,
had
yeah,
to spend my
you
$5 on it.
You got your money.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't even know. Did you?
I did.
He made $5 profit.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I pocketed your $5
Son of a
coupon.
Bitch.
By the way, we need to start giving out coupons to our listeners.
Well, you know what? We got
Let's give them 5%. Let's give them 5% off.
Well, we'll tell you what.
Of what?
We got a Facebook page
cares?
for Dudes Like Us.
Listening
Check us out.
fee?
Just
We have a
5%
Dudes
off.
Like Us Instagram. We have a Dudes Like Us YouTube page. If you guys are interested in seeing video of us, you're not going to find it there. However, in the future, we might have some video that we're going to be
Maybe.
using here.
Oh, God.
It just takes money, and you know what? We don't have any money. So once
What do we need to tell them? Do they need to subscribe? I mean, we need people to be
mash
like
that like button, subscribe, ding, ding, ding. We
yeah.
want to hear those little noises.
If you like our reviews of bourbon, if you like the crazy stupid shit we say, like us, like get the word out.
Or leave comments like you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah, we're
yeah,
okay
yeah,
with
yeah.
that. We got thick skin. We got really thick skin,
Well,
yeah.
like
scrotal
perniculum
region, maybe.
thick skin.
Wow.
It's kind of chafed.
Yeah. So we can handle it. We want to
Leather.
hear from. I mean, we want involvement. We want to know that we're making a difference out there.
Kind of
Speaking of
leather.
And the only
Shaved.
way we know that is if we get more people listening. You tell your friends. You subscribe. You do all that kind of shit.
Dudes like us do fantasy football. Did you know that?
Oh my God! I've done nothing for this draft this weekend.
We have it coming up.
I'm gonna have to pay for the
Pay
first
what?
time ever.
What are you going to pay?
Well,
You
I've
gonna have one of Jeff's friends come in?
always scoured the internet for the free cheat sheets. You can't find them anymore. I mean, people know that they can make money on it now.
You got to go to the store.
No, I'm not buying the magazine
Why not?
because I don't know. It's just creepy. I use electronic.
That's so retarded.
I think I'm actually, for the first time ever, going to have to pay. I've never done it before.
Well, tell me how much it costs. I'll split it with you.
Interesting. But then you'll have the same list I do, and then you'll steal all my picks.
I won't.
They're all the same fucking list anyway.
Yeah, and it's all
I
very.
know.
It's symbiotic. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's all a fucking crapshoot, man.
Well, but plus, if you got pick number 2 and I got pick 10, totally different setup.
Yeah, that's true.
So shut the front door.
All right, so maybe I will.
So what type of league do we have? So it's not a
fantasy football.
PPR.
Yeah, you're new to it, aren't you?
This is actually like year 6 or 7. for
Yeah,
me.
I was going to
Isn't
say,
it
what
crazy?
the hell? Why are you asking
Time
these stupid
fucking
questions?
flies, man.
What the hell?
Well, I don't.
No,
think
it's not
I've ever-
PPR.
What is it then?
It's
It's a Yahoo.
we don't have points per reception. That would be cool because that would change everything in terms of how you draft.
Hold on, points per reception.
Yeah,
I
PPR.
thought we did.
No.
Oh, so it's you have to catch the ball and then it's yardage.
Yardage.
Oh, well.
So
It
what
doesn't
is that?
matter. So
what
in
is
other words,
that called, though?
if you had 15 receptions for 18 yards, like you get a hell of a lot more points than you would in our league.
I think that's kind of. I think this shit has a PPR.
No,
Now,
I think
didn't
it's yards.
Didn't Scott from the Ligers come up with some sort of?
Yeah, I totally shut up.
Yeah, he was like, I vote no.
I was the only one that said anything.
All right. Well, what was
What
the
do I
rules?
do? I have the
Walk us
all-encompassing power.
through. Come on. No, you don't. You're just the loudest. And
Oh, what
boisterous
he wanted was to be able to
and obnoxious.
mix and match the defensive players. So 2 linebackers,
Oh, that's
2
right.
DL, 2 DBs.
No, that'd be
we're like
off-centered.
1
shut that
linebacker, 1 DB.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
And you know how
LBDB.
Do you know how few teams do individual defensive players? I love it.
I think it's kind of a stroke.
I think it's a wild card, and I think that
it's a
fun.
wild
It's
card
fun.
that could bonus your team
or kill you.
easily 10 points. a game.
Oh yeah,
It
or it
easily.
could kill you.
But it always kills me. I get 4 points out of those guys all the time. All the time.
Well,
And then I look at Barry's team, and I don't know why I always pick on Barry. Barry's got 17 from his linebacker, and he's got 21 from his DB with no touchdowns. I'm like, how the fuck does that even happen?
fucking Rain Man.
Oh, he is Rain Man. He's been studying for 8 months.
During the off season.
Well,
Yes.
he's lost the last couple seasons.
He has.
You know, he's just like,
Oh,
I
hell, he's
need
not
it
married
back.
anymore. Does he date?
Well, he's not immune to the flakiness of fantasy football. But I tell you, his track record is unbelievable. But
Yeah.
the last couple seasons, it finally caught up to him,
Yeah.
where it doesn't matter what you do,
was
it falls
dismal.
apart. All these injuries, all these got benched.
Man, I tell you
he
what,
starts splitting time with another running
I
back.
was so
That shit happens,
It was
man.
such a great thing to witness.
That's mean.
What?
It's mean to say that about Barry.
Are you kidding me?
Who won last
I love
year?
Barry.
He's been quiet about. He hasn't been obnoxious.
Who won it this year?
Jeff Overton?
So the trophy was given to me by Jeff Overton. I have the trophy right now, and I don't know why.
But
But
you didn't win. There's
No, I didn't win.
Was it Joe?
No. It was Jeff Overton. He's the one that brought it to me.
No, he won the previous year.
Yeah,
he won this year.
fourth down heroes. It was Joe. Joe won.
Oh,
Yeah, Joe won this year.
well, what the hell? Why doesn't he have the trophy?
I don't know.
I guess Overton was like, I'm done with it. Give it to Paul. Let him
Oh.
deal with it.
I don't know. I just want to give it to Paul. I'm just going to go over here, drink some Bud Light, and give it to Paul.
Well, I'm excited.
I sound just like him.
I'm excited. And guess what I had to do? You know how I was doing? Remember how I was doing the VPN to get the international NFL Game Pass?
Yes.
Yeah.
NFL shut that down.
How's that?
So what happens is when you sign in with a VPN, you get a dedicated IP address, right? And everybody, so if I say I'm from Denmark, right? I'm a VPN in Denmark. It gives you one IP address, and then everybody who's logging into that VPN and who says they're in Denmark all have that IP address. So what happened was the NFL was like, or the service provider for NFL Game Pass said, yeah, that's a VPN IP address. We're going to block that.
Really?
So they started blocking all of the VPN IP, generic IP addresses. So when I tried to sign up for it, it says, yeah, you're not in the right country. I said, bullshit, I'm in Denmark. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'm in Austria, motherfucker. Oh, I'm in Tanzania. Every single one, you're not in the right country.
Ugh.
They shut me down.
So what are you going to
So
do?
I went to YouTube TV. You know, they have it now.
You're spending $300.
Well, no, I was going to spend $300 anyway on international. But I was not going to buy DirecTV because
So you have to pay, I think, $76. You already have YouTube TV, right?
That's right. So I went ahead.
All right.
Well, and they had $50 off, which was great. So I was going to buy it anyway. I I've been fine with ever since I was playing the cat and mouse game on DirecTV with the doctored card, and they kept blasting the card. I mean, I don't know if we don't have to get into that again, but it was a cat and mouse game.
I don't think we ever got into it.
Oh well, okay. I had the DirecTV. And you could take your card and you could take it to a friend.
Oh, that would put porn on it?
No, they would open up the card to get everything DirecTV gives you. Everything.
Everything.
No, I mean everything. So every sports, porn.
Hustler TV?
No. It opens up everything available on DirecTV.
Right.
So you would watch it and you'd be like, yeah, life is good. Woo! I can watch all my Astros and I can watch my Rockets and my Titans. I don't have to pay for anything. Well, no, I was paying, but I was paying the base fee.
Right.
Right? And then all of a sudden, boom, the card wouldn't work. And I was like, what the fuck? The card doesn't work. It said, not authorized or something. I was like, I contact my buddy, and they were like, yeah, everybody just got nuked. I'm going to have to reprogram it. And I'm like, okay. So I would meet him, and he would reprogram it. And you know what I mean? And this kept going on. And it was a cat and mouse game where DirecTV would constantly blast the doctored cards. And eventually I was like, I just want to pay. I want to be legit so I can get my games and I don't have to stress on game day. Right? And so, that was the game. And so the same thing was happening now with the VPN thing. Same exact thing. They're not stupid. You know what I mean?
But there's always a quick fix. But
there's always a way around it.
There is.
Well, I don't really care. I mean, I just don't give
Well,
a
you
shit.
watch the Cowboys only, so they're
And
local,
you get it on
and you
your
get it.
local TV.
Yeah.
If you were a Philadelphia Eagles fan, God forbid, right?
You'd be out there on the telephone pole figuring out how to wire it.
There you go.
Well, I'm a what they call a homer. I root for the home team, and I'm here at home. I'm not from Cincinnati.
I can
I'm
respect
not
that.
From wherever
But
the
my
hell
attitude is when you latch onto a team, you're a fan for life. That's my attitude.
I'm surprised
Man,
you're
I
not.
don't
I'm surprised you're
know.
not
I
like a
was
New
a-
York Jets fan.
I was a Giants fan for a long
Giants.
time. I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for a long time. And then when I moved to Dallas, I became a Dallas Cowboys fan, and that's it. I'm stuck here.
I respect that.
And I'll tell you what,
I'm just saying.
if I move to Kansas City, I'm going to root for Kansas City.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
don't give a shit because you know what? I'm a homer, and I don't
So-
want to get beat up at
so
local
if-
functions.
So if you move to Philadelphia, you are now an Eagles fan, homie.
whoa.
No. You got to
No.
stick
Or to
with.
San Francisco,
you gotta
you're
stick
a
with the plan.
49er fan.
Oh, you're a 49er fan now.
I won't. Oh, no.
Now you just moved to San Francisco.
Well, that's not happening. First
Matter of fact,
all,
we'll help
I
you
will
move.
never move to San Francisco.
we will pack your shit
and
and
I
move you to
won't
San
move to
Francisco.
Philadelphia Eagles area. No, that's not happening.
Okay,
San
well,
Francisco is definitely not happening. California, as much as I love California, but I would not want to move to San Francisco.
oh, it's a mess.
Well, speaking of mess, God bless, man.
Another
I'll tell you-
smash and grab at the
I've-
Nordstrom. You see the video
That
of
was
that?
bad.
Oh, my
That's
God.
bad.
God Almighty!
You know, you know what? We've
It's
already
total
said it 100,000
anarchy.
times.
Total
It's just-
anarchy.
there is no consequences because the guys they did catch on film, they immediately released them.
Of course they do.
It's just like, well, there are no consequences. Why would you want
you-
to spend your time?
You had a tough upbringing.
earning the money.
You have a bad home life.
Well, they
you know.
can't prove that whatever they stole was more than $950. That's the thing. They see you hold a purse, but they're like, "Well, it could have been a $50 purse. We don't because their threshold is $950."
So dumb.
You know what they need to do? Fucking take a machete and just cut off a finger.
Whoa.
That's what they do over the Middle East.
Yeah,
Cut
you
a
want to do
hand
the
off.
Cambodia approach.
Fuck it, man. You know what? Cut off a pinky. You know, just whatever. It's not a hand. They can still use it. They can still whack it. They can still eat. They can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, not the thumb though. The thumb's important.
Yeah, need the opposable signature of a thumb for sure.
Yeah. Take off the pinky or the other fingers.
My
Yeah.
point is not really
I'm with
cutting
you.
off
It's consequences.
It's just that there has to be some consequences, and they're just simply not getting it.
And it's getting worse.
It's just, what the fuck is going on with the United States, and it's just, it trips me out because what is going on with the world? I mean, you've got England with the stupid taxes they're going to start applying to gas cars.
Oh,
No, no,
what are
no,
they called? ULEVs? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's called the ultra low energy zone. Is that right?
That means if they video you driving there in a gas hog,
That's well.
They said they fine
has
you.
To be, it has to be an electric car or a hybrid car. If it's a diesel car or a gas car, you will get a fine. It's almost like a toll tag.
So
They
like,
will.
you cannot be in this region with a normal car.
You can, but you're gonna get a fine. You're gonna get a fee, not a fine, a fee.
Well, aren't they pulling down the cameras?
Yes. So they're fighting back hardcore.
Right.
And guys are climbing up and disabling the cameras, destroying them, cutting them,
Yeah,
snipping
I
them
saw
off.
a video of that. Of course, the ultra low emission zone requirements are rules set by local governments to reduce air pollution.
Which, check this, they farmed out before when they started hatching this plan. There was a university they were working with to to kind of show that this would be beneficial, and they said it will not reduce pollution. And when they came out and said that, the government of the mayor, what's his name, Sadiq something Khan, Sadiq Khan.
Oh, from London?
Of London.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So one of his top, like, chief of staff or whatever, reached out to them and, like, they were very disappointed that they would publish, not misinformation. They didn't say misinformation because it was true.
Right.
They said, this is very damaging. That's going to make people not be on board. I can't believe you guys did this. And then the next day they, like, issued a retraction. And, it's awful. It's totalitarianism.
So
at
if
its
Frisco
worst.
put up that and says if you're downtown Frisco and you're in your car, you'll get a $50 ticket.
It's not a ticket. It's a
fine.
It's a fee.
It's the same thing.
I get it, but get in their mind.
No, it's the same
It's
thing.
like the toll tag. It's like, you want to ride on the tollway? Yeah, we're going to charge you. If you want to drive
It's
in
a
this
tax.
area that is a low pollution zone, we're gonna give you a little
Why
fee.
does the people that own electric cars pay the taxes for the streets?
Because they don't create pollution.
But they wear the streets
yeah, it's
down.
weird. It's all the taxes go to the
gas
wear
tax.
and tear of the streets and our infrastructure. So you were talking about the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, right?
Yep.
Sadiq Khan.
Sadiq Khan.
So today he confirmed the ultra low emission zone (ULEZ) will expand to cover almost all the area within the Greater London boundary.
Unbelievable.
By August 29th, as planned.
So the whole city, just about.
The whole city.
Following the very significant High Court ruling that process carried out on the proposed expand.
And get this. So a lot of people in London and Europe in general drive diesel cars. All right, diesel's very popular in Europe.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, the city government was encouraging people to buy diesel because it's so much better. Like, it's better for the environment.
Right.
Right, because you can go a lot further, and when they do the analysis,
Right.
it's better. Well, all those people went out and bought diesel cars because the government encouraged them to. And now they're getting fucked.
Well, what are the big red buses? What do those run on?
I think it's like the people with the
Those
don't they do the?
well, aren't those diesel?
No. Everybody's
It's like
pedaling.
Fred Flintstone.
It's a pedal van, isn't it? A pedal bus.
They got holes in the floor and you just run.
I have to imagine. I mean, it can't be electric. Those double-decker buses.
Yeah, the big red double-decker
There's
buses.
no way they're electric. So they have to be diesel or
biofuel
big
made
red
from
bus
old coffee.
facts, basic charter details. Let me see here.
Poo
Price
bus?
includes driver, host, and it says fuel. So driver, host. So you can rent these big buses. And
no, but we're talking about the mass transit. We're talking about mass transit buses in London. What do they run on?
The big red bus, right?
Yeah,
Right.
the double-decker.
Yeah. Well, that's my point. Is that it says they run on fuel. So because it says right here, the price includes when you get on one of those, they're fuel. I'm looking at the same thing he's looking at.
Fuel cell.
Oh well, there it says
Hydrogen.
Well,
Okay,
that's the
hydrogen.
first. That's the first, right? So
First, yeah.
they've tested it.
Exactly. That doesn't. Yeah, they don't look. Those aren't red for one thing.
Yeah,
Oh, they're green
it's white.
because they're green and white, which means they're super. Yeah, diesel fueled.
here's the deal.
There we go.
It's retarded.
The existing double-decker buses are diesel fueled. Everything in Europe is like diesel
And it's
fueled.
Well, that's-
$12 and it's €12.50 euro in a day. $12.50 a day to run any of those.
So if you work downtown,
That's
and
what
you
they're
have
saying.
a diesel car, you're going to spend $13 a day.
And they're saying
times
that,
30.
and they're saying that it's the blue. It's the people that get
It's almost
screwed
$400
are
a
the blue
month.
collar workers, right? It's not the Those are the people that are getting unfairly taxed.
I'd go to my employer and go, if you want me to come in the office, I need a raise of this much per
A
day.
30% increase in my
Yes.
in my salary.
Yes.
Or just pay it.
Or
I'm telling you,
otherwise,
this
I need
is-
to work from home.
This is a catastrophically bad idea.
This is not the only country doing this either.
It's insane.
Australia.
I think Australia's doing it
They
too.
are trying to come up with these creative ways to force this green energy that is not sustainable.
It's not ready.
Well,
It's not
the
ready.
more they start, well, you know what? We already know. We already know. We dudes like us know already that it's bullshit. It's just that people out there are just soaking up the because the schools are teaching it, politicians are teaching it, the media, number one overall, is the one
hammering
pushing this
it.
climate. The climate crisis is being pushed on. Even the Maui project going on with the big fire. They are so trying to make this a natural disaster. Oh yeah, it was human caused, but it was multiplied by
Climate
natural
change.
disaster.
Yeah, the
Well,
governor
climate
said
change.
that.
You know, but you know what? Climate change is not a natural disaster if climate change is man-made. So suck a dick on that.
Well, and the latest is after Maui happened, or after what's Lahaina? After that happened, they are encouraging the White House to declare a national emergency because
Climate emergency.
a national climate emergency, and apparently, I don't know, would that give them powers to
Well, what did they do?
tell everybody they can't drive
Yes,
on
well,
odd days of the week?
What happened when they declared a national health emergency with COVID? Look what happened there.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
It was an authoritarian. I can never say that word.
So we just
Authoritarian.
we resist. That's all you can do.
So what the hashtag going around that's blown up X, formerly Twitter, is do not comply. Hashtag do not comply. Everybody's saying no masks, no bullshit, no lockdowns.
Because COVID right now, with this they've got a new
Do not
booster that's
comply.
put out that's going to be coming out in September. It's a new booster put out, and that, you know what? Here's the thing: the government is no longer paying for the booster, so that gravy train has ran out for Pfizer and the other one. What's the other one?
Moderna,
Moderna. There's another one, but
Johnson and Johnson.
there's
well, those are the three big ones right there.
Right.
so the government is no longer buying it. So now it's going to
Right.
be pushed back on.
It's not
your
being
insurance
subsidized
plans.
any longer.
So now they got to start propagating it, just putting it out there
Well-
and have people start buying it. That's what they're doing. That's why Biden's even saying.
Yeah, but
it.
the White House is like, get your booster, get your booster.
Oh, it's
Well,
So
they're-
they're still playing
stupid.
it.
There's places that are starting to implement COVID protocols again.
that's right.
That there's universities.
Unreal.
There's one. It was a small one, but they're implementing the old COVID mandates.
Unforgivable.
Wear
that
the mask.
They did not learn from their mistakes.
They have to space. They have to quarantine. They have all the same shit. And there's a movie. I didn't see which one it was, but there's a movie theater chain, who's implementing COVID protocols again.
You won't see me in there.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was.
And the White House is starting to mandate rules for all federal employees.
Well, ramping up for 2024 election.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the 2024 election, we talked a little bit about the 8 presidential candidates that qualify for the Wednesday's first Republican debate. You know, we already know Tim Scott, DeSantis, Haley, Vivek, the dude
Chris
from Jersey,
Christie.
but Pence. But the other two,
Asa Hutchins.
And the other one's Sununu.
Doug Burgum and
No.
Asa Hutchinson.
Asa Hutchinson was a governor somewhere.
And what was the other one?
He was Arkansas governor.
Hutchinson and who else?
Then you have the North Dakota governor, Doug Burgum.
Oh, he made the cut?
Yeah.
Evidently he did.
I thought Sununu was going to be...
Negative.
So he's not running. Okay. I was way off on that one. And then apparently the Miami mayor said that he qualified, but
That guy's kind of cheesy.
then he didn't. And he was the one that said, if you don't make this debate, you got to drop out of the race. So
We'll see if he drops out.
Also, he set that up for himself. Now everybody's all eyes on him, like waiting for him to say, I'm bowing out. But he hasn't said anything yet.
Well, he needs to because
And there's somebody else that didn't make it. Who's the guy from Larry? The guy
Elder.
from California.
Larry Elder.
Larry Elder. He's irate that he didn't make it. Because,
He's a smart guy.
well, and he said he had all the parameters to qualify. And then at the last minute, they came to him and said, the polls that you use, Rasmussen,
Right.
They're too heavily favored for Trump, which doesn't make any sense at all. But they basically disqualified Rasmussen as a viable poll.
Really?
For how how you would put your numbers, and they didn't tell them that, and they would have been. We could have gone out and got other polls.
Right.
They screwed him, and so he's suing.
Well,
he is suing because they're not letting him on that stage. Larry Elder is a smart guy.
he's a smart man.
I'm surprised he didn't have a better showing against Gavin Newsom in California.
Well, you vote what you get. You get what you vote for out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And they keep voting that bullshit in. So
they do.
I don't feel sorry for him.
I have zero sympathy for them.
Just like the lady, and I don't know if this ended up being a scam or not. Did you see the footage where this lady is in San Francisco and she came out and some guy accosted her and she came home, she was frightened and everything. And she goes, "This is San Francisco. I can't even go to my gym because I get accosted."
I never saw that.
So
that should be enough.
They get what they vote for.
That should be enough for them to say enough is enough.
Well, that the mentality's it's a little frustrating. They get what they vote for, and I agree with you. But Nancy Pelosi, when it was some cock bitch said something about, remember when Palestine, the train,
yeah,
Joy Behar,
East Palestine,
and they were just like,
Behar
they get what they got for Joe Behar.
That was exactly who it was. Joy
says,
Behar.
well, they voted for Trump. Fuck them.
Well, no, that's not. Trump didn't cause that.
I know.
Yeah. Well,
They're
true.
blaming him because he overturned some train thing.
But imagine just regular Americans sitting in their homes, going to school, going to work, not having any influence or control over anything that goes on outside their little town, being completely fucked by that train wreck. And Joy Behar says, "You got what you voted for."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
That's the shittiest fucking thing
the weirdest
anyone
thing,
could ever say to those people.
It's very shitty, man. But the weirdest thing is it's just the outside influence of things that are out of our control. The fires, even though there's some conspiracy in the Maui of the fires that occurred.
Yeah.
Just the taxes on the fuel, just things that hit you. COVID, and now they're talking about the climate. Czars are going to start putting controls on our life. I mean, can you imagine if an alien came down from the sky and
said,
started mingling with us, and it's now known, hey, man, there's a UFO that landed, there's an alien here. How do you think the world would respond to that?
Well, I mean...
that was cumbersome.
Yeah.
Nice segue.
Yeah. You're talking about first contact, right?
Yes.
So okay, on the heels of all these congressional hearings, right? And I think, Jeff, you were saying earlier in the green room that you haven't kept up with any of that. So there's been some people that are, I don't want to call them whistleblowers, but they were involved in these government programs. They know a lot of information. They're saying a lot of crazy. They're uncovering and highlighting a lot of crazy shit. Okay, about what the government knows, how often we're being visited, all that kind of stuff. All right, so, but on the heels of all that, I was thinking, what literally life would be like if first contact would be made, and how would first contact be made? So,
well,
it's not like they would land in a cornfield and go,
well, they would land
hello,
Take me to your leader.
Take me to your leader.
It very could possibly be like that. Because, look, imagine you are going to any place, camping or something, and you want to set up camp somewhere. You're going to want to go somewhere where it's not populated, right?
Sure.
Meaning, like, you want to go to are you going to go to the side of the camping ground that has a bunch of tents all jammed together, or do you want to go somewhere where you're kind of all by...
I'm going as remote as possible, where the aliens are.
Well, my point is that's what, if an alien's going to come down to the planet, they're going to want to go somewhere remote to set up base or no one can see them. And then they're going to want to try to do
like
a little
Roswell.
Studying, number one, please set up the scanners.
Okay, we have to assume this. All the stuff you're saying is absolutely right. They've been doing that for decades. They've already been studying and learning, and then at some point they're going to say, okay, it's time to let them know that we're here and that we either are going to kill them for their water and eat them for their,
For their
They
whales.
would have already done
or
that.
yeah, or good point, or they're here to take us to the next level,
Or
like in a healthy way.
maybe they're going to eat all the children in the world, and that's where all our children are disappearing to.
Maybe.
The 500,000 children that have disappeared all over the planet. If
Maybe.
not more.
I don't believe any of this, so I don't know what it'll look like.
All right. Well, this is just kind of fun.
This is a hypothetical scenario.
So let's say I would
know,
think.
but I think of movies because I don't think it's going to happen. So
Well,
I think of
let's
movies.
think of a movie then. It's a dudes like us proposition.
Is it Independence? No, Independence Day was a horrible first contact.
How about Close Encounters of the Third Kind? They play nice music
That's right, and they were in a volcano.
at Devil's Tower. No, that was at Devil's Tower.
I don't know what you're doing there.
That was the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but the alien ship
Yes.
responded back, and it was just like this big dramatic. And they're like, "Holy shit, we just got a response."
That's the first thing I could play on a piano.
Oh, very
Was
good.
First Encounters of the Third Kind.
That's
Nice.
something to be proud of.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyways,
I
back
mean,
to
the
something here.
aliens could be under the ocean somewhere.
Well, we probably would know less about our ocean than we do
That's
the
what I
moon
mean.
right now.
We know very little.
But
about
what are we
our
going to do
ocean.
about first? What's going to happen? Let's just say hypothetically, someone comes down. We don't know where they came
They
from.
make contact.
All of a sudden, they make contact. They're kind of like, "Hey, here's the president of the United States. Let's go talk to Joe Biden," which is, by the way, the worst contact. you
what
could-
a horrible
But let's just say
idea.
it happens. He's there. He's
He
with
would
the
offend
president.
them immediately.
The president acknowledges them. Hey guys, look, this guy's from out in the
He'd say something racist to him.
and he says that he was here and helped build the pyramids, and he's got pictures to back that up.
You're going to work in your crystal skulls, aren't you?
No, I'm not working any of that. But
You're-
all
At his
I'm
copper
saying-
pole.
actually, that was exactly where I was going. But what I'm getting at is
Oh.
that our history, the Bible, and all the books that were ever written
Yeah,
were
yeah.
based on life experiences, regardless whether they were true or not. There's some sort of faith that something was out there that came back.
Sure.
And if someone comes
Right.
back, it's because, hey, I was that guy.
Right.
I was around here banging all these whores on the planet. I'm almost a humanoid.
Wow.
Well, maybe
that's
they
what-
weren't whores.
I don't
but-
think they would be focused on that.
well,
All right, let's fast forward. So they made contact with some sort of government, whether it be United States. Let's just say it was and so the government comes out and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've made contact with the first extraterrestrial beings ever in history."
His name is.
I think.
So how would people respond to that? That's where I want to go with this conversation.
I think.
mass hysteria.
Well, me personally, it'd be very, very interesting, right? Because if I'm like, ooh, proof,
remember,
right?
remember
I'd want
Contact?
proof. So, how could they prove this? What do they look like? Is it a blob?
Have you seen Mars Attacks?
Big brains?
Huge brains with a big vase over it.
Jeff, what? Okay, what if they were to come out and some dude, totally not human, and it's obvious. Let's say he's got 4 eyes. Let's say he doesn't breathe
Hey,
oxygen.
what was that show that they
I've
were
seen some really
living?
good special effects in movies.
Well, hold
What-
on.
what
Yeah,
if you were to meet him in
what was
person?
that show where they were living together and they were humanoid for sure, but
The
they had like
Coneheads? Coneheads?
no, but they had like a weird head. But it was a great show, and they lived. I mean, they fast forwarded after first contact, and they
Oh, Alien Nation, I think.
Alien Nation.
Yes.
And they were policemen together.
Correct.
And they were like, and then they had the same problems we did. Some were successful, some weren't successful. I think that's right. Alien Nation.
Alien
It was,
Nation.
it was Roswell, Resident Alien, Mork and Mindy,
No, it's absolutely Alien Nation. And it's a James Caan.
Third Rock from the Sun.
No shit.
Yes.
All right, anyway, it's a great movie. So let's pretend that they are humanoid like that. They're not they're not totally freaks.
But look, I guess what we're driving at is how would humans react?
Yes.
In
I think to be mass hysteria in several places.
I think the religious sector of the planet would be up in arms to realize that this faith that they had, this ether of faith that they had, is going to be extinguished.
And I'm going to disagree. There's nothing about faith and the Bible and Jesus that says that there isn't life outside.
But what if this guy says, "Hey, I'm Jesus. I'm the guy."
Oh, you're
Not
saying?
him.
Oh, he's saying he's the creator of the universe.
Well, what if he does say that? What if he does? Well, I mean, what if
Then
he
we
just?
shoot him dead.
Oh, what if he's resistant of that?
Everything
What if,
bounces off of him.
oh, he's just kind of like, dude, come on.
No, seriously.
I eat lasers for breakfast.
So let's say they're a couple light years away, and they have the technology to get here, right? Which
Why
we
does it need to
obviously
be a
don't
couple?
have.
Can't it just be one?
Yeah, they're 1 light year away,
Needs to be 2.
2.1 light years away.
2.22.
No, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and so they basically are saying you're not alone. We're out here too, and we know of, let's just say, another civilization that we're in contact with over there. So now,
But they eat humans.
yes, and they feast on humans
Interesting.
and whales.
And whales.
Well, I mean, Jeff said it. You know, I think there would be some mass hysteria. There would be a lot of people that were troubled.
Yep.
You know, where are the rest of them? Is there an entire planet coming after us? I mean, what's the end game for this? What is your plan? What was your plan? I mean, why did you create us? Did you create us? Why were you
There'd
here?
be people asking all those questions. But
What if it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Oh yeah, no, I mean
where they are just
Right,
these
so,
things
okay.
that inhabit you and
I don't
and
think that's going to
replicate you.
happen because if that were the case, they wouldn't be introducing themselves to the president, and the president
That's
would be
right.
That's
introducing
what I
them to
mean.
the rest of the planet.
Yeah.
So
they-
you would never know. You would just all of a sudden become one of them, right?
Ooh. I want to be a hot one.
Well,
Well, that's what
Like
they
a
do.
female?
Is
Why not?
they grow in a pod,
fondle your own breasts. Be like, hey,
so it's like plant
I like
based.
this.
You're very unproductive. You do nothing but stay at home by yourself.
And I go and I keep going back to I
But I
think
make a
we're
good
being
Damn right I do.
I think we're being quite egotistical or whatever you want to call it to think that they will look humanoid.
Well,
Well,
but we're just trying to be
These are based on.
we're trying to be practical.
movies.
These are movies, but a lot of these movies are based on the fact that we have gravity and we breathe oxygen.
Right.
So
What if they come from a planet that is gaseous and they're just a cloud of gas?
Then we would never meet them
Well,
How do you know? Maybe they figured out a way to contain themselves
in a bubble.
in a glass tube.
with an exoskeleton, kind of like some sort
No,
of Architeuthis.
I'm with Sean on this one. We have already started to discover that there are planets in other solar systems in our galaxy that have planets in the habitable zone, right?
Habitable
Meaning-
for folks like us.
Well, but that's my point.
But again, I think
So
we're
they're identifying that the habitable zone is where there could be water. It's not too cold or too hot to have water, and water is like the sustainer of life as we know it.
that we know.
That we know of. Okay, but it's not too far-fetched to think that on a planet like ours, somewhere else, and then there's probably a trillion of them, that they could sustain life. And it's not too far-fetched to think that it would be somewhat similar to ours.
Maybe they evolved from octopus.
You're absolutely right. And then in those cases, I don't see how they could ever design manufacturing plants and build a spaceship.
Why?
Because think about whales. Whales are incredibly smart. Porpoises,
Do we know
incredibly
that?
smart.
Do we know that they're smart enough to build a rocket?
No, I don't know if they are or not, but the point is they're not designed to even make that happen. They don't have thumbs. They don't walk on.
So you're basing everything on a thumb.
No, but they don't even have the ability to go on land to where they
Very
could build something.
horrible.
Maybe they're
argument.
building stuff in the ocean
They
that we
could
just
be.
don't know of.
Right? They absolutely could be.
Well, like the ants
I
that
think
we
the
discussed
thumb
in our
argument
first
is
episode,
faulty.
The whales could be like the big mammals that down below guarding stuff.
Yeah.
Hey.
Not every creature is meant.
Hey.
Not every creature is meant to build stuff.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, if you were to get off the planet, you need a rocket.
Those whales probably were there when
What about
that frickin-
teleportation?
That's a good point.
The titanium.
We need a rocket based off of our technology.
You're absolutely right. Because there are wormholes in the universe, and they could
Correct.
telekinesis. You're
That's
absolutely
too
right.
Different. No, that's-
You're absolutely right. But they also have to have the ability to if they're going to come visit us, they got to be able to thrive or at least live on our planet.
That's why I think this has not happened, because
They're not compatible.
they're not compatible. But who says they're going to look like us?
I don't think
And
they
there's
would.
not going to be
Well, we don't know.
some weird-looking
We
thing
don't
out
know.
there that
Totally.
no
What if they
one has
do?
seen before.
What if
We
they
can't even
do?
get a picture of Bigfoot.
Well,
Right.
hold on. So
That's a good point.
There's also the premise that these aliens also pre-existed on Earth, left and came back. Is the idea? or
That's
the
like
concept.
Stargate.
Ish, yeah. So
That's a TV show.
speaking of like strange news, the NPR put out on. Did we do the bourbon yet? Oh shit.
Are we doing a hard left and talking about our bourbon real quick?
How much time we got? Oh, we got 30 minutes, right?
No, we got about 10.
Let's do
15.
it. Let's talk about the bourbon right now.
well-
Let's put the alien talk on hold.
Well, we're going to talk about something else as soon as we come back. Single barrel. It's the Four Roses single barrel. We'll blow up that center. It's at 54-2K. I guess the range. Well, I talk about Four Roses. Jeff, you would know more than I and Paul regarding Four Roses and the other bourbons that they produce. Like, who's the parent distributor?
Four Roses.
Four Roses. Then they produce their own.
They produce their own. They have multiple mash bills. So when you look at the bottle, it'll say it's mash bill, and they've come up with some weird letters.
It is weird. Their little
They
lettering
scroll up a little
and
bit.
numbering
Right.
scheme. It's confusing.
Scroll up
Yeah.
a little bit. They've got the
I wonder
mash
why they
bill
do
there.
that.
It's like the 54-2K is the mash bill probably.
Where do
All
you
right, it's
see that
100
at?
proof and it's aged 7 to 9 years.
Oh, it's barrel.
It's unnecessarily confusing to me.
Yeah. So Four Roses has different mash bills, and some are good, some are bad, right? So
So this particular bottle is I guess it's a bottle and bond because it's 100 proof.
no, it's not bottle and bond.
But it is 100 proof. But it's not bottled and bond
Why not?
because I guess they chose not to bond their warehouse.
Or it could not be from one season. It could but not be
Oh,
from
that's right. It
one.
could be a blend of multiple seasons.
Yes.
All in all, this specific one, which would probably be impossible for you guys to know which bottle we're talking about, since they have so many freaking bottles.
I know.
They do. It's good, but
It is actually really, really good. It's very smooth.
This
it's
one
100,
is.
It's 100 proof.
But I got to tell you, I bashed Four Roses a little bit because I bought a bottle of that stuff, the regular stuff, and I wasn't impressed with that at all. This one's tasty.
What's the proof of the stuff you bought? Just curious.
I don't remember.
Was it like 86 proof? Or
It was the
so
basic.
So
stock.
you'd almost call it a good mixer. Like it was that bad.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
And there
like-
are people that mix Four Roses.
this isn't
one's
bad.
good.
This isn't bad. This is what the single barrel is. That what this is?
Yep.
Yes, it is. And it's actually really, really good.
Yeah, it's 100 proof, but I think it's compared to the Elijah Craig, which we just had.
Yeah.
This one's hotter to me.
That's interesting. I taste zero hotness.
Yeah, it's
That's really interesting.
Maybe it's the mash bill. Maybe it's the rye burn, spice burn,
Yeah.
more so than the alcohol burn.
Interesting.
The last one had none of that.
I think this is actually really, really smooth.
I put this at about a 5.5.
I'm a little bit higher than that.
I'd go
Probably
higher than that. I'd go 6.5.
Yeah. A little bit
But what's
higher than
interesting, if I were to drink this, I would probably tell you that the proof is lower than 90 because it's that easy to drink. But it's 100, which gives it some credibility to me. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
Somewhere beneath the shimmering surface of Loch Ness lies Nessie, the legendary sea beast whose reputation spans nearly 1,500 years at least. That's what monster hunters and Nessie enthusiasts from around the world hope to prove Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday and Sunday.
Oh my God,
This
they're still
Saturday.
at it.
Yeah. The Loch
They
Ness
have
Center
put
and the
so
Reset
many
Group,
electronics in that
Loch
lake.
Ness Exploration are asking all aspiring monster hunters to join in on the biggest search since 1972.
Oh my God.
50 years of searching for this thing. This is happening this weekend.
What are they going to do? Are they going to like just submersible it? Or
Well, let me
bunch
read
of
down
people
here.
gonna
Our
scuba?
purpose is to observe, record, and study the natural behavior of the Loch Ness and phenomenon that may be more challenging to explain. The Loch Ness Exploration Facebook page reads, "If you believe that the Loch Ness Monster exists, then we invite you to join this search. We equally invite you to support the study of Loch Ness." Sorry.
Are you the who is he being?
Yeah,
Is he
damn it,
being-
Bobby. I'm Jeff Overton.
No, Arlington.
Oh, Euless. That's the.
Well, there's a good picture of Loch Ness right there. Look at that.
No,
nice.
that's very realistic.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
it's very realistic.
Now somebody's hand going like this.
yeah, it is. So this weekend, what they're
It's like
going
a brontosaurus coming out.
they're going to deploy.
Look at that. That's nice.
Oh, that's not really look. That
All
doesn't
right,
look
hold
real.
on. So let me see. Overwhelming demand at 22 square miles with a maximum depth of 788 feet. Loch Ness is Great Britain's largest lake by volume. What the hell are they going to do? Where does it say what they're
They
gonna
have
do?
built the largest fish net ever that covers
From side to side, they just went like this.
It covers the entire lake.
What?
They built the biggest fish net ever, and they're just gonna
Drop it.
they're gonna drop it and capture everything in the lake.
Of course, you know how much that would weigh.
Oh, they didn't even say what
Be
the
a
hell
lot.
they're going to do.
Of course, then the lake's dead. Everything's
Well,
out
no,
of
they'll
it.
let everything that's not a Loch Ness monster out.
How would you lift that?
What, the net?
The net.
With a
The hell?
with a spacecraft.
How
What
big
was the
does
name of that Walt Disney movie with the little flying dinosaur? I think they made a remake of it.
Dumbo?
No, not a dinosaur. It
No,
was,
not an elephant.
I love you too. It was like that little song going.
Pete's Dragon.
It was Pete's Dragon.
No, it wasn't Pete's Dragon.
Nope, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Pete's Dragon.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think so. Look up. Put on Pete's Dragon on the screen.
Helen Reddy was in Pete's Dragon.
yep, that's her.
I don't know who that is, but it
Yeah, you
wasn't
do.
Pete's Dragon.
You know
It wasn't an
Helen Reddy.
aquatic dragon.
No, flying. He said flying.
Yeah, but it was in a lake. The one I'm talking about was
Pete's
in a
Dragon
lake.
was it was it
Okay,
had
but-
Helen Reddy.
Yeah, but what's the movie that had a water dragon?
So it was Sean Marshall, Helen Reddy, and Jim Dale. You don't remember?
No, that's a remake. God, I didn't even know they remade it.
Huh.
Pass.
No, there was another one that was an aquatic dragon.
Aquatic dragon.
Yeah. A water dragon. As a matter of fact, it might have been the water dragon or something stupid like that. Look up water dragon.
No, the original was Sean Marshall and Jim Dale. Well, anyways, I saw that in the actual
The water horse.
I saw that in the actual movie theater. Remember Pippi Longstocking?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was back when they used to have like movies coming out every single week. They were stupid, like Herbie. I was gonna say Herbie Hancock. Herbie Goes Bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Just all these stupid
The
freaking
Cars?
movies. Yes.
The car. That was a great movie, the
Yeah.
Herbie movies.
There was a whole bunch.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was, and it's like every
And there was
Saturday.
a car that was alive. What was the premise of that?
He was a live Volkswagen Bug.
Huh. Was it one of those Voltron?
No, he could lift his
Transformer?
hood.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a transformer?
No, he could lift his hood and that's drive itself. That's about it.
And it could squirt
Whoa, easy.
Ooh,
easy.
if you turn it on, you can.
window wiper
If it
fluid?
got horny.
What is going on over there?
What?
Paul, put your pants
What
back
have you
on.
guys just accused me of?
Jesus Christ!
I'm
man.
talking about wiper fluid.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
God.
Anyways, so should we jump
You
back
guys
to
make
the,
me feel so dirty.
Did you mention NPR earlier?
I got that information from the
Why are you asking?
Monsters Hunters.
Because you're going to
contacting
judge
Loch
him
Ness Monster.
horribly?
Yes.
Are you but to heap vile scorn
I
on
don't
him?
trust NPR.
Well, hell, they're sponsoring a Loch Ness Monster tribute. So,
Oh, exactly.
well, also NPR says 1 in 5 women report mistreatment from medical staffing during pregnancy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're hormonal anyway.
So what are they going
That's
to do if they find this Loch Ness Monster?
They're going to kill it.
They're gonna eat it.
They're going to drag it out, and they're going to kill
They're gonna saute it, maybe with some fava beans.
That
like nice
reminds me.
Chianti.
That reminds me of actually a pretty funny story that came out of Indonesia. So you know how every once in a while, once in a blue moon, people catch something that's like a prehistoric fish. You know what I mean?
Like a coelacanth?
Like an
Yes.
Architeuthis.
I don't know it. Yeah, I've heard of Architeuthis because we've talked about it a billion times. But yeah, yes.
Well, the coelacanth is the lungfish, right?
Right. Okay. So there was a story of fishermen who caught this gigantic, totally ancient fish, and they were like, so archaeologists and all they were super excited because oh my God, there's one that's alive and blah blah blah, or one that's proof of it, and they raced to the scene and they ate it.
That was gone?
It's gone. I'm not lying. Look it up, Mr. Producer. Look up Indonesian ancient fish that they ate it.
Well, they got ancient armored fish, an ancient bony fish, stingrays. long snout.
Make sure you put
fish.
Indonesia Indonesia. You need a like a coelacanth or whatever it is.
Coelacanth.
Coelacanth. Yes, that's what you said.
Yes. Right there.
Not images. Go back to go to the story where they ate it.
See, there it is.
It's the greatest story.
See, now you know what a coelacanth is.
There it is. Yes.
Oh, I wonder if it was gamey.
Anyway, I don't know.
Anyway,
that
chicken.
My point in saying that is that
we're ignorant.
That's what would happen with the
The Loch Ness monster.
They'd eat it, nothing but bones.
Well, I mean,
they have this giant fish fry.
Let's really apply some logic to it. So,
go.
My thought about this, my thought has always been about the Loch Ness monster was that that thing coming out of the water, if it were real, was had a shell, kind of like a turtle head. And that's probably why you can't see it, is because it goes down. Because tortoises are known to live for 150 years, right? 200 years.
Well, land turtles.
Those are land mammals.
Well, I mean,
you're thinking about a gigantic ancient snapping turtle.
That a tortoise is, that is true but what about like sea turtles? I mean, do they live long? Well, yeah. Remember, dude from the Nemo. He was like,
because that's real.
How old are you? He was like 150 years, dude. You don't remember that?
I do.
Yes.
And I think that is.
I don't know how old sea
your
turtles get.
Your face, Jeff. Watching Sean trying to explain that he's right about an old sea turtle. Your face is another reason why we probably don't do video, but that was classic. It was like, really?
That happened. What's
it's
his
like,
name?
are you still talking?
What was his name? His name's Dude, right?
I don't know.
I don't remember. That was a good movie, though.
It was a great movie.
You know, going back to that old
Crush.
Loch Ness.
It was Crush.
Crush.
Thank you, Mr. Producer.
That old picture, I'm serious. It looks like somebody's hand
I know.
Yeah,
coming
it does.
out like this.
I
It
know.
does.
And they have tried to dispel that picture, just like Bigfoot. You remember how they gone through the videos over and over again,
And they still can't
and
manage.
they can't dispel it.
No.
They can't discredit it.
And every picture sucks.
I know. Seriously.
Every single.
With today's technology
I
and
know.
cameras, why can't they get a good?
All the game cameras. We can get 4K images of the cartel crossing the border
So
in
things.
full armor and military gear, but we can't get Bigfoot.
and we can't get Bigfoot.
Well,
It's
before
really
this
frustrating.
podcast comes to a heaping halt, that's coming around the corner in a second now. Some of the things that I want to brush up on that we've already discussed a little bit, some of the climate change bullshit
Oh, yeah.
and the scare that this is going to be the next natural disaster or the next pandemic kind of stuff going on. I mean, they're preaching everything. I mean, they're bringing up topics of the fires in Greece, the fires in Italy,
And they're
the
gonna
fires
shut
in
down the
Canada.
world?
Well, I'm just saying the whole common denominator for this whole thing, the campaign they're pushing, is that this is climate
No,
change.
it's natural
meaning
stuff.
fires.
Correct.
And so the conspiracy is they're deliberately setting these fires
I
to
don't know
push their
about
climate
that,
action.
but I'm just saying that fires happen all the time. Fires
Oh,
are
yeah.
constantly going on
All the time.
But they're exploiting those fires and they're pushing the climate change narrative down our fucking throats.
Every event.
Yeah, and they're
Every
starting to
event.
Every
broadcast it.
single event.
Like for example, some of Canada's wildfires likely made worse by human-driven climate change. It's just like
I hate it.
crazy. It's frustrating. Dudes
But
like
you
us
know what?
recognize it.
But we're going to pull through. Dudes like us are going to pull through. We know better. And I hope you guys had a fun night tonight. I'd had a fun night tonight. I think we got a little saucy. We got a little sloppy a little bit.
Well, that first one, I
finish your
think,
drink.
pushed us
It pushed
near
us.
the edge. 133 proof did it to us.
Yeah. But thanks for listening.
Hey guys, look us up on Facebook, Instagram, Dudes Like Us. Shout out to our producer. Thank you. Welcome back. August 22nd, Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean.
I am Pablo.
And I am Jeff.